and welcome back to Romantic Renewal, your journey to lasting relationships with Sean Donovan and Mahesh Trivedi. Once again, if you're watching us on YouTube, please remember to click the subscribe and the bell button so that you'll get notified as the lessons are released. Or if you've already done that, thank you. So today's lesson is help. It's already difficult. That's the title of the lesson. So in the last lesson, we learned some tips on how to keep the passion in our relationships going. Remember to establish a greeting and leave-taking rituals, and you'll be surprised how much you look forward to them. What happens, though, when you haven't lived with each other very long and things are already difficult? Before you doubt yourself and your decision, we're going to talk about some common difficulties that happen when a couple first moves in with each other. Yes, you will have challenges. So, Mahesh, what challenges can people expect to have?
Um, Sean, this is very common things for all the couples. So think about the irritating things um, everyone has got with their parents or siblings, and when 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 they are living with them. So um, these are exactly the same things you can you can relate to. So were not there times you thought you would go crazy, couldn't wait until you were living on your own? So we have all been there, like everyone's journey. So you may not have known it, but once you move in with someone you love, expect similar challenges, and the main point is that the two of you are independent people who will now need to make some adjustments, because under the one roof, same together. So how good are you at adapting? Like adaptability is one of the strengths which everyone does not have. So both of you will discover that answers.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. And the challenges, like when you're living at home and people get on your nerves, and oftentimes planning can make it easier to overcome those challenges. So if you haven't joined households, this is the perfect time to agree how your household will run. If you haven't had that conversation yet, now is an excellent time to sit down together and divide up the duties. It's important to realise that each of you have moved in together with certain expectations. The surprise comes when you realise that your expectations may be totally the opposite of your partner. So, Mahesh, what can you tell us about planning and expectations?
Sean, there are many tasks which absolutely have to be done. Like a so like one has to decide, like in a committed relationship, that now how those duties will be divided between two of them. So number one is a money and bills. So previously you each paid for everything. So how will you handle your finances? That is the first and fundamental questions. Now, in that also there are consideration that will you have one checking account or three? You know, I'll explain it little bit in detail. One checking account means both both partners' paychecks go to the same account and bills are paid from the same account. With three accounts, is like a each partner has got their own account, and there is a common deposit account, which is a where agreed amount into the house account where from the bills are paid. Now, number two, who pays for what? So you only, this is just an example that you only watch Netflix and Amazon Prime. Your partner wants the highest end cable package, or another example is that you belong to gym and your partner prefers to walk in the park. So if all money is in one account, you have agreed to pay for each other's bill no matter what they are. So they are not like a who has spent how much, and uh, they only individually pay. So each of your um, whatever bills are there, so decide who will pay for what, and some non-mutual expenses may balance each other out. You may decide it's okay if you pay half of something you don't use. Number three, on a on a course, that don't let course cause resentment. Like there are always things you don't like doing, but must be done for the house to run smoothly. So divide up those house household chores now, because living together. So the last thing you want is a breakup because the toilet is not clean. Sharing chores is a sign of mutual respect. Make a list of all the chores that need to be done. So claim the ones you want, negotiate on the rest, and alternate tasks monthly unless someone really likes one specific course from others. So these are the like a mutual uh, understanding and agreement uh, things. That is the
Yes.
main.
Yes, chores
Yeah.
is a big one. And there's one, there's, there's probably a number four that you haven't mentioned there, which is things such as the toothpaste tube. So if you have one toothpaste tube, decide if you're going to squeeze it at the end or in the middle. It's probably more marriages broken up because the toothpaste is not squeezed in the right part of the tube. Or have your own toothpaste, which is yours. So anyway, moving on from that. Obviously, we're sharing now too our living space. So there's the question of time and space. So when you were living by yourself, you used to putting things wherever you wanted them, and then they stay where you put them. But now that you're not on your own, that's something that you put somewhere is going to move for sure. And you're also used to it being quiet when you want it to be quiet, or turning the music up when you want to turn the music up. But again, you're going to have to come to a common arrangement on those things. So you did what you wanted when you wanted, but now times have changed. So unless you and your partner have the same needs, which is rare, it's time to talk about your needs. Sometimes you're not aware you have a specific need until you actually don't get it. Your needs also may change over time. And that's why you'll have this conversation often. So, Mahesh, can you expand a little bit on what I've talked about there about time and space and people's needs?
Yes, yes, Sean. This is a very common thing with any two persons living together under one roof. So obviously in a committed relationship, but there are three main areas to be aware of. The first is needs. So everyone has needs for a quiet time and fun time. So if you need hours of quiet quiet time and your partner needs lots of people, so talk about these needs and decide how to accommodate each other. So something can be worked out. Number two is stuff, like what you said about the space. That is what you said, that space. So decide how much stuff each of you are bringing. Like a moving into someone else's place can be difficult because it was already their stuffs and now it is both of your stuffs. So space needs to be made and some stuff needs to go. So like a what stays and what goes, that also needs to be discussed. So some of your stuff may send, like a showers upon your partner's spine and talk about it. Number three is a quality time, and that is the most important thing. So be sure and schedule quality couple time with each other. So yes, you are with each other during your non-work time, but that special time to share thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and fun will keep the intimacy going.
Mm.
And sometimes a lot of couples miss out uh, to to address this. Even they don't even think that they are living together, but they need to celebrate time together with something common, so which is enjoyable by both of them, whatever it can be,
Mm.
indoor, outdoor, or anything.
Mm.
So um,
Yeah,
I think,
that's good.
yeah,
There's another little thing too that we'll probably talk about, which is when you are dating, for want of a better term, it's often there might be a little quirk that your special friend has, and you think, oh, that's cute, or
yeah,
you might not think it's cute. You might think it's not so good, but because it's only occasional, when you see them when you're out or whatever, you don't worry about it or you think it's cute. But when you're there all the time with them, suddenly that cute becomes annoying. And it, you might catch yourself grimacing, doing eye rolls, or actually it might send you into a screaming fit when your partner does that thing that was cute. So if that's the case, it's time to deal with it. So, Mahesh, how do you deal with the cute but annoying habit?
yeah, that is true. Like a it may not have happened, but there may come in a time when that little quirk you thought was cute and turns into like a something that sends you screaming, not tolerable. So if you catch yourself, like a grimacing or doing eye rolls, and your partner does that cute thing, it's time to deal with it. So the key is finding out why it bothers you. And now, so your annoyance could mean that there is something deeper for the two of you to sit down and talk about. Module 2, that will give you excellent pointers in how to talk so others listen. So it's not like a whinging, shouting, yelling. It is a active listening. So then there are things about the other you just need to accept. And that is a part of living together. But there are lots of more insights will be in a module 2. The whole course is a 35 video lessons going over 5 modules. And Sean and I, we are very confident this this relationship coaching course will definitely transform your life. And once again, the main thing, like a people's dream, it is a romantic renewal. When your romance is renewed, the relationship is lasts forever. That's
So thanks, Mahesh. So we're coming to the close now of this lesson. So if moving in together has been more difficult than you thought, know now that you're not unusual. Bringing together two different people requires much communication and acceptance of each other's quirks and habits. So in our next lesson, we will explore ways to keep problems to a minimum. So please subscribe if you haven't already and click the bell to be notified of new lessons as they come out. And if you have already done that, thank you again, and we'll see you in the next lesson.